Captain Marvel. This movie was directed by Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck. And this movie is about a woman named Carol Danvers who meets a man on Earth known as Nick Fury, which we all know who that is. But anyways, she meets up with them and they both go on an adventure to beat these enemies called the Skrulls. And as she learns more about her past, she learns that everything about her past may not be what it seems. And going into this film, I'm gonna be quite honest, I didn't really care. By the trailers, I was like, it doesn't look the greatest. I was surprised by a little bit, but not by a lot. And in a way, I'm still just I'm still very skeptical about it. I had some time to think about it. I saw this movie on Saturday. I guess the word to use for this movie is that I feel conflicted on what I think about it. I think I like it a little bit more than Ant-Man and the Wasp, but Ant-Man and the Wasp was not great to me or even good. So that's not really saying a lot coming from this film. I would say this film is okay. And I'm going to get into some of those reasons in a non-spoiler review. So you guys don't have to worry about spoilers in this video. And here we go. Honestly, I felt like Brie Larson was okay as Captain Marvel. I feel like she was playing the same character she played in Godzilla or in King Kong, Kong Skull Island to be more precise. She, in my opinion, Brie Larson is a good actress. She just didn't show a lot of range in this movie, you know? She felt like she was playing the same character she's played in other films as well. And to me, that's very disappointing, considering I was expecting something a little bit different from her. Samuel Jackson's fine. I mean, he plays Samuel Jackson. He doesn't play Nick Fury. He plays Samuel Jackson, so I guess he's fine. And I do like some of the chemistry between her and Nick Fury. I think it's very good dialogue. That being said, I really don't think the characters offer much more than that. Outside of the enemies known as the Skrulls, they were really cool, but I was even disappointed by them. They were very comedic, and I enjoyed that, but to me, they didn't really. I'm trying not to spoil stuff for you guys because a lot of the stuff I have to say about the Skrulls in this movie has to do with spoilers. I guess the biggest problem I have with them is I just wanted to see more they can do with their abilities. I wanted to see them turn into some different things and to use their shape-shifting abilities in different ways we haven't seen them use before. A lot of their shape-shifting abilities that they use in this film, I've seen it before, and it's very disappointing to me that they didn't do anything different than the average shapeshifter. And when I was talking about Samuel Jackson earlier, the de-aging CG they have on him in this movie is amazing. I am so surprised at how far the technology has come in our day and age. Like the de-aging CG or computer graphics, if you guys don't know what CGI is, on Nick Fury's face is really good stuff, and it really made him look younger, and I couldn't even tell the difference. That being said, the rest of the CG in the movie I think is okay. There were a lot of scenes where I was like, oh, that looks good, but there were a ton of scenes where I was like, oh my gosh, I can tell that's CG. There was even a scene where someone was coming out of somewhere. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but a character was walking forward and it kind of reminded me of the T-1000 from Terminator 2. And that's very disappointing. And there were even some scenes where Brie Larson's character, Captain Marvel, where she's flying around and the CG looks as good as the Batman vs. Superman scene where Superman's floating in space. Like, it did not look like good CG, and I feel like most of the CG budget went into de-aging Samuel L. Jackson than having it in the action scenes. And the last issue I have with the film is the fact that it didn't really feel like Captain Marvel was really getting her own movie. It felt like it was just setting her up for Endgame. And it was just setting her up as this character. That way, you know, we know who she is for Endgame. And I appreciate that, Marvel, but I want characters with depth, and I want characters who have their own movies. Like Captain America, the reason why we like him so much at the point he is now is because he's had his own films. This doesn't feel like her own film. It just feels like a setup for her character, and that just does not work for me, unfortunately. And I would say, if I want to say this movie is okay, I would say it's trash, but the fact that I like it a little bit more, because it's actually still, even though it has a lot of issues, it's still fun. Very entertaining, a lot of humor. And yeah, that's about all Captain Marvel has to offer for me. And in that reason, I give Captain Marvel a 6.9 out of 10. Guys, I don't know what happened. Marvel, please don't let the cinematic universe go downhill from here. But anyways, I will get into more in my spoiler video. Thank you guys for watching. And if you guys liked the video, make sure to subscribe today to join the Isaiahization.